Laurel and I are now joined by one of the best left-handed relievers in the game, Alex Vesia. And how about this? The longest tenured Dodger position player right now is Austin Barnes. Austin, your 9th year here with the Dodgers. Does that sound hard to believe that you're kind of the last one standing of all the position players from that 2015 team?
Yeah. You know, you kind of become family with all these guys, and you see them come and go. And you know, but obviously being here this long is awesome. You know, I grew up Dodger fan, and you know, I love this organization.
Alex, I go back to last offseason because of the lockout, and we spoke with you when spring training started. You talked about how difficult it was to find places to throw, how difficult it was just to find good quality baseballs to throw. How different was this offseason getting back to something that was more normal to you?
Yeah, no, I was able to go to the complex because I live out in Arizona in the offseason, and I actually put a mound in at my house with a little batting cage just in case I needed to throw. But yeah, workouts have been really good this offseason, and we're ready to go.
How have you been working out, Austin? How's it feel right now?
It feels good. I see Vesia all the time, actually. He's over there throwing baseballs against the wall, hat backwards, just ready to go. But we're at Camelback Ranch right now in CBR, so there's a lot of people out there. It's a good group, and we got some strength coaches out there, so it's fun.
The fact that he said throwing a ball against the wall, that's what I did, because I didn't like to throw to a person in the offseason, because it's like there was expectations from that person compared to the wall. You can do whatever you want with your workout.
Yeah, no.
You feel that?
Yeah, I miss that.
You're getting the buzz now?
Yeah,
It's nice to be back here to have all the fans with us. I want to ask both of you a question about each other, because, Austin, we see Alex on the mound, and he's like just a ball of intensity out there, and just really fiery as a baseball player and as a performer out there. How would you assess the way he is on the mound versus how he is just in everyday life? Is he the same way in the clubhouse, or is that just when he gets on the mound?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a little more when he gets on the mound, I think. He lets it all out, I feel like. And I think that's good, though. I think that's the way he performs, and that's the way he gets the most out of his ability. So, but yeah, there's sometimes he gets fired up, and you have to watch out when he comes back in the dugout.
Yeah, how would you describe yourself, Alex, when you're on the mound?
Yeah, I mean, I let the emotions kind of show for themselves, and definitely, I wear the heart on my sleeve.
And what's Austin like?
Calm, cool, collected.
Oh, come on.
Stone cold killer.
Yeah, Stone cold killer. We did a survey of cage matches. Who would be the wrong guy to be in there with, and he would always be #1 as far as.
Maybe I'm just not aware of my facial expressions. You know, I don't know. I just try to win the game, and that's all I'm really focused on. And then, yeah, I guess I come off as a little.
Hey, but
people
works.
say angry, but I'm not. I don't know.
You made some great strides last year offensively, and does it feel like going into the offseason, some of those things that were started to work last year are really something you could build on?
Yeah, I think the season's a long season. I felt really good at the beginning, hit a pretty rough spot towards the middle, and then felt really good towards the end, and just try to carry that over to the offseason work.
We had Freddie on with us earlier to start the show, Austin. He was talking about some of the new rules, the shift, a pitch clock. He likes the larger bases because he wants to steal more bases. But I want to ask you, as someone who's a catcher, are there any of your pitchers that you worry about with the pitch clock? I mean, good thing is Pedro Baez and David Price aren't here anymore, so you have those two guys that you don't have to worry about. But is there anyone who you think might need to speed it up a little bit?
Maybe
Alex is playing himself.
Yeah, he'll take a stroll behind the mound and he'll do some weird things out there.
Now, does that count against the time? I mean, if you're out behind the mound?
I'm sure it does. I'm sure he'll be on the clock. So
I think it's once you get the ball back.
Once you get the ball back?
But I think it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I don't know how it's going to work, to be honest with you.
How about for you, Alex? You already said you raised a finger. So how are you going to deal with this?
We'll figure it out in spring training. I'm not super worried about it. Yeah, we'll just kind of roll with it because it'll be implemented already, and it's not like it's getting thrown right in the middle of the season. Yeah. So we'll build on it. It's all good.
Because I imagine that's also part of your routine when you go back behind the mound.
Yeah.
And so actually they're telling you that you need to change your routine.
A little bit, yeah. Because when I go to the back, usually I'll rub the baseball because when it has the mud on it and whatnot. So I like to kind of get that off and feel the laces. But yeah, it might be a little bit quicker process now.
Yeah, a little more at the umpire attendant's got to do a better job rubbing up the balls for you guys, because you can't get some really dirty ones that you've got to work on. You're not going to have the time.
Yeah.
Oral, you weren't putting mud on the baseballs?
I can't remember what I was doing, John, off the top of my head right now.
All I know is that Oral said it wasn't a foreign substance because it was made in America.
Yeah, he had probably scuffing it up, huh?
No, never. You know what? A scuff ball broke too much. I couldn't control it.
Yeah.
What about shifts? You're going to be looking down for the pitch selection. Do you think the shift is going to change some of the pitch selections because of where the defense is?
I'm not sure. I think lefties obviously will have are probably going to have a better time. You know, those big lefties who they play in right field.
Few left off-speed pitches because there's only 2 fielders over there.
Yeah, I think we just got to fill it out and see how it is. I'm not even sure what the thing is. You could be directly behind the base maybe or what it is. But, that's something we got to fill out, and it's probably something that could take into consideration because, man, that was a wall over there, that right side. I remember the second baseman all the way in right field, and it was weird. They weren't even playing second base anymore.
You could see a baseball diamond turn into a basketball cart where you got lanes and different lines where you can't be here, you got to be over here. It's like
well, I was thinking when I play second now, it's not even second base. It's I'm over there at shortstop, and then it's not, and I'm way out there. It's not what when I grew up playing second base was just right there. But it'll be interesting.
Alex, you had 12 different guys that recorded saves on this team last year. We know Craig Kimbrell's not here. Blake Treinen is injured and coming back at some point, maybe next year. How is this going to work in the bullpen this year? Is it going to be closer by committee? Have you guys been told anything? Expect anything?
I haven't been, but I know that we are all going to have to step up. The bullpen hasn't really changed a bunch. We didn't really lose too many guys, so myself, Evan, Yency, Ferg, right? The list goes on, right? It'll definitely be decided probably after spring training, right? Got to go and get it.
So much is talked of the difference between the 7th inning and the 9th inning, and if it's a 2-run leader, is there people on? You feel comfortable in almost any role?
Yeah, absolutely. With the scouting reports and how Pryor goes about it, right? And even how Doc goes about it, right? We know our lanes, we know who we're going to face, and whether it's, like I said, 7th, 8th, 9th, go out there, record outs.
Austin, you ever break away from the wristband when you go, that pitch just isn't working for this guy? I've got to play in the moment with what my pitcher has compared to what the data shows?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you have to do that. I think you have to do that, especially in like a 7-game series when you see a team so much. I think that's really important. The wristband's there to help you a little bit, but you still got to have feel for the game and still trust your gut a little bit from what pitches are working and not.
The roster is going to look a little different, needless to say, this year. Justin Turner not here, Trey Turner, Cody Bellinger all gone. Austin, now, as I mentioned, you being the longest tenured Dodgers position player, will you try to work with some of the young guys? Will you be kind of one of those mentors now on this team to a group of young guys that are going to be trying to make their way and establish themselves?
If anybody needs help, I'm always there. I like to help I'm just going to keep doing what I do and help the pitchers, try to guide them through the stuff and, do the stuff in between starts and before the game and after the game. And, just kind of help whoever needs it, I feel like I always done. But it'll be interesting. It's definitely a different group. A lot of guys who've been here for a while. So it'll be fun to have a new set of faces in here.
One of the best pitch callers in the game right here, one of the best framers, best catchers. Does he ever surprise you with a target where he's making an adjustment for you because of the height of his target or where he puts it, and you can say, oh, I've been missing high, I can tell he's bringing the target down a little lower? Or do you guys have a set pattern? This is where I want the glove.
We've got a pretty good pattern, right? Because I live at the top of the zone, and the slider is supposed to be kind of down and away, and it's that simple. So we don't really go away from the book too much, but I know that he knows what he's doing. I trust him.
What he's doing.
In all the situations, right? And whatever he usually puts down, we're pretty much on the same page.
Austin, what makes you one of the best framers in the game? Is it anticipating the guy's stuff? Is it understanding how you want to move the glove and having strong hands? What is it?
I think a little bit, of everything. Just trying to. Knowing how the pitcher, it's definitely easier if if you're comfortable with your pitcher. You gotta get up there the first time, kind of scattering the ball, not knowing how it moves is a little tough. But just anticipating. I think honestly, it's being prepared and trying to just do things when the ball's in the air. that makes it sound a little weird, but that's kind of like what it did. Like when the ball's in the air, actually making some moves. So.
Wow.
Well, the Dodgers won 111 games in 2022, and a big reason why these two guys right here, Alex Vesia coming in out of the bullpen, Austin Barnes behind the plate. Thanks to both of you guys for coming out and spending time with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.